What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Beginner Bike series. Today I wanted to walk through a couple things. We're not going to be doing as much work on the bike. Still waiting on a bunch of parts to come in. Do a live stream a little bit later here in the episode, kind of walking through with the patrons why they chose a specific mod that we're going to do on the bike. So I'm calling it the referendum on human decency. Alrighty, so the first thing that came in was this fun little box. This, I believe, is the valve shim kit that we need to adjust the valves on this motorcycle. This bike has a bit of a chatter related to the cam tensioner chain. I believe that's what it's called. Previous owner also mentioned that we needed to do some valve work on it. So I'm gonna go in there in a couple weeks here, probably after I come back from EICMA, and kind of check out the valves, measure them with the micrometer that I bought, make sure that everything is within clearance and all that. First thing we got is the Hot Cams Complete Valve Kit. A bunch of shims, shapes and sizes and colors. And this should work for our valves. I've never done it before, but confident that we can knock it out. So this morning we went and bought a bunch of stuff online, so I'm about to actually go through and look at all the stuff that we purchased. Okay, so far we have spent $1,551 on the repairs and modifications for this bike. Bought it for $1,500 and we've spent $1,551, so we still have $949 remaining to do any other kinds of things we want to do on it. So we have got an LED 3-pin front turn adapter. We have the valve shim kit that I just showed you. We bought a set of Pirelli Angel GTs. That's gonna swap out the tires here because they're not in good shape. We got an OEM engine cover on the alternator side. We got an OEM Speedo. We're gonna fully swap that out, which is gonna be great. Got a new starter switch, couple screws for that. Horn assembly because that's broken. We bought an air filter. Got an LED flash relay so we don't get the hyper flash thing happening. We bought a new integrated LED tail light. We got an LED headlight. We got the block off plate for the grab bars. Yeah, we did order those. We got a front sprocket cover, which is gonna be great. That's really bothering me right now that this is exposed. That's just begging for a rock to fly in there and just gank your shit up. Bought new throttle cables because those are all rusted out and horrible. We bought tank grips. We bought bar end blinkers from Rizoma, which I had on my FZ09, which I love. It's gonna be awesome getting those on there as well. We got a quick turn throttle and we bought bar grips. So all in, I think we've got about 23 separate items. So far, only the valve kit has shown up, so still waiting on a lot of parts to actually get in and get dirty with this. So yeah, I'm super excited to start working on it. So today, let's rip off this rear fender. Get this thing off. We do not know how to take this off, but we are going to figure it out. Other than this, I'm just gonna start, well, I need which is just gotta get those popped off of there. Pretty much rip this whole thing off, I'm thinking. This is a 10 mil, okay, let's get started. Look at this sad state of affairs here. I've got to get this organized. It is ridiculous. Pretty sure this is a 10 right here, let's see. Boom, oh. It's always a good feeling. Get the bolt right on the first try. Love that feeling. One of the commenters on the previous video mentioned that it's not a good idea to use vice grips for bolts. I do agree, but in this case, because we are gonna be taking these off anyways and they're not coming back on, don't really care. If you're pulling it off of something that's gonna be off the bike, you know, for good, doesn't really matter. You know, it's funny, I'm wrenching on this thing and I really, really want to ride it. I think that's funny because it's such a crap bike, but at the same time, I'm really starting to form a bit of a bond with it. I really see the potential in it. I see how cool it's going to look. And then, you know, I'm gonna give it away to somebody. Some lucky young Yammie fan is gonna get this bike, which I'm so stoked to do. Give back to the community. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know what, I don't think I even needed to take this thing off because the whole assembly's coming off, so I'm gonna take this off and then see what I can do. So I was working on that, but I realized that this isn't even attached to anything, so I gotta take this whole thing off. So we'll keep working at it. What is holding this thing on, man? Where is this attached? Rear fenders are always such a pain, I'm not gonna lie. Because you never really know what the fuck is going on with them. And also this one, if you see here, this is all covered in like weatherproof tape. Like, look at this. It's just coming right off. This is really satisfying. This is some real jank rigging on this, man. I swear, man, rear fenders are always such a pain in the ass. Every rear fender I've ever worked on is such a fucking pain. Okay, there's a hex key there. I just need to figure out where this fucking thing is bolted and then just get it off. This is ridiculous. This ought to do the trick. This ought to do the trick. Yep, we're in. There we go. Finally. I don't think this fender's ever been taken off. Two down. Now we've got this one at this end. That's gonna require a socket and a hex key. Always fun. Damn, it is, but I can't reach it in there because this is too big. Oh, that's not even a bolt. That's just on there. Interesting. Oh, whole thing is loose now. Okay. Okay. Clutch, money. Now I gotta figure out how to get the turn signals off. Okay. Oh, it's a bolt. Okay. 2 bolts, look like 10 mils. A little bit bigger than the other ones. Boom. So before starting this project, I used to not own an impact gun, and now don't know how I'd live without one. I fucking love this thing. Boom. I love that. And this comes off. I'm gonna undo these 3 little bolts in here because maybe I can get access to it that way. That's what I need. I've done tail tidies on just about every bike that I've owned. This doesn't really seem too much more complicated than the ones I've done in the past. The connector seems like it's, I really think I can just cut these and then solder on the new ones. One of the most important things my dad taught me when I was working with tools at a young age, not that he was super mechanically inclined, but he knew his way around a tool set. This is something I gotta get better at, is he always told me, take your time, don't force things. When you force things and you get aggressive with things, you break things, then you gotta go to the hardware store, or worse. So take your time, my sweet little squidlets. Take your time. Beautiful. She's freed. So now we have both of these for the turn signals and then this for the main connector for the light. It's gonna be super simple. We're just gonna have to strip back this wire a little bit and then solder it and it'll be good to go. All right, boys, here is where we are with the build today. Build, quote unquote. Got the whole rear fender off. We have the whole wiring harness exposed, ready for the integrated tail light and the turn signals and all that. Looking good. Got this placed off, got the gas tank nice and loose, ready to be propped up. As soon as we get the cam chain tensioner and all the other stuff, we're gonna lift the head, get in there, do some work, get that sorted out, get that rattle sorted out, and this bike should be good to go, man. Got a couple other things we need to do. We need to get in there and disassemble the switch here, because remember I couldn't get off that switch, so this whole thing's gonna have to go. We got new throttle cables coming in, got a new quick turn throttle coming in, lots of cool stuff coming, so super excited about this. All right, guys, before we jump into the chat with all the patrons about why they chose the Ahegao wrap on the bike, did want to shout out the sponsor for this series, Ridge Wallets. Again, super minimal wallets, crazy good construction. You guys really need to check this wallet out. I've actually given some of these away to friends and family, and I'm actually giving some away to the patrons. Pretty much everyone I've given a wallet to has said that it's awesome. They're like, I've never known that a wallet could be this small, this minimal, this cool. So if you go to ridgewallet.com/Yammie, you can get 10% off. Tell them your Yam sent you. Use the code Yammie at checkout. Get 10% off on a Ridge wallet. It really is my favorite wallet that I've ever owned. So yeah, like loved working with them and can't wait to keep working with them in the future. So I think if for aspiring and beginner riders that are watching this, take this as a sort of precautionary tale. Like I think it's a lot more exciting to, when you get started in motorcycling, get a bike that just works, man. Like honestly, just get a bike that is cheap, runs well, and is not gonna require a lot of, you know, maintenance, a lot of stuff. Like the stuff we're doing for this bike, like this bike ran when I bought it, right? It's not like it wasn't running, but boy, was it sketchy, you know, and I really, for me to feel comfortable riding it on the street, would want to do all the stuff we're doing to it and make it, you know, actually perform the way it needs to. But I think for a beginner, you are way better off picking up like a very lightly used 650 or 300 on Craigslist for a little bit of a higher premium. You're probably not gonna be able to find it for 1,500 bucks, but for like 3 grand, you could get yourself a bike that works great, is gonna perform well, and you're not gonna have to wrench on it all the time. So I did wanna point that out. Like I'm already learning in this series that, you know, for beginners, I don't think this is the best option, but this is a great like second or third bike experiment if you wanna learn how to like wrench on things and just wanna get your hands dirty, which I did. I wanted to kind of increase my skills a little bit when it comes to learning how to work on a bike, but yeah, just a quick little food for thought there. Anyways, let's jump into the discussion with my wonderful patrons. And just a reminder, if you want to be a part of these future discussions, feel free to check the link in the description below. Join up as a patron and you'll have access to me, to the chat room, to all the cool stuff that we have to offer, a bunch of the perks. Feel free to check that out in the link below, but let's jump into it. All right, guys, we are about to join the Discord server chat. Let's do this.
Senpai.
What up? Can you guys hear me? Anyone there?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, me. Yeah, me.
Yeah, I'm Star.
Yeah, me. Yeah, me. Yeah, me. Yeah, me.
Nice.
Took a second to figure out all the voice things, but got it.
Nice, nice. Okay, this is not as crazy cacophonous as I thought it would be. I thought I'd jump in and just be, you know, the N-word being repeated at 100 dB over and over and over again, so. All right, I wanted to start this off.
I feel like it's gonna get scary if more people show up.
Yeah, probably, but we'll figure it out as we get there.
Us.
So I wanted to start this off. I wanted to ask you guys, you know, first and foremost, we had the referendum on human decency with the hentai rap.
Have we said a prayer to Rossi yet?
No, we've not.
Hey, boppity boop.
I hope you guys have a good answer for why everyone chose Ahegao.
Well, when I was a boy, I always wanted an Ahegao shirt. I didn't buy one.
My simple question, or my simple answer is why not?
I'd have to say my answer is that we asked a bunch of random people on the internet.
Well, what I remember happening is people talking about raps and stuff, and I'm just like, fellas, hentai rap. My dudes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone broke the seal on the hentai rap, and then all of a sudden it was game
It
over.
only takes one person suggested.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can throw you under the bus for it. Good to know.
The important thing is we're all ending up on an FBI watch list for this.
Well, fellas, I'm part of military intelligence. It'll be fine. You guys are fine. And I love the attention. Ah, it's great.
Is your boss holding a pistol to your head to say that?
Totally not a cop. You can trust me, I swear.
No, I'm okay, I think.
Yeah, if we did have a cop in the chat, it would just be a disaster.
Noticing us right now.
Yo, we got 2 people on. What up? Got 3 people on now. What up? What's good? What's poppin'? Hanging out with the boys. Now, I switched over just to the video one because I felt like it was getting kind of confusing doing the voice chat too. And I think there's gonna be a delay if I put it up on the voice chat as well. So I think this is a little bit easier to manage too. Not as fun, but the voice chat's a little jank on Discord, not gonna lie. I felt like there was like a delay or like I couldn't really chat with you guys, you know? Yeah, sorry Bacon. I know, I'm sorry. So this is y'all's chance. I'm gonna put this in the new episode we're gonna do next week. And wanted to know, this is your chance to tell the world why you've chosen to do a Hayabusa wrap on our bike. Oh, sweet, from the Netherlands. That's awesome. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so the Hayabusa wrap for the Rossi one, I think that's a good compromise because it's still funny, but it's not as, you know, weeb trash, horrible, just like absolute degenerate type of stuff, which I think is so funny, but I think it would be funny for like a day for if you actually own the bike, you know? And then afterwards it would be like, don't really want to do that. They did vote, you're right. So I just want to see, we might do a separate poll, which is kind of like, you know, would you be willing, for those who wanted the Hayabusa wrap, because we will do that, can we do a version with Rossi, right? I mean, we have that one image of him like, you know, screaming or whatever. We are extremely degenerative. Yes, ping. Ooh, also I wanted to ask you guys, so I am thinking about picking up another motorcycle for me to actually just ride and use for personal reasons. Because while I will probably put down quite a few miles on the Build Series bike while we test it and ride it and kind of promote it after it's running, once we fix the CCT and all that other stuff. But I wanted to see y'all's opinion on, like, you know, thinking of picking up maybe like a DR650 or a Scrambler or something, just for like really easygoing street duty type of stuff while the build is kind of being completed and doing all that. Thoughts, opinions? Look at my brows. 93 GSX-R 750? Pass. You guys want to come see the bike? Let's go do that. That sounds fun. Let's move around. Let's go look at the bike. Yeah, so KDE, we're actually doing, I think we're gonna wrap the whole gas tank and then maybe like down the middle in like 2 strips or something. We'll have like all the patron names, which is gonna be really cool, and then I'll kind of put like a little Yammie thing on it as well to kind of, you know, christen the beast. Gas tank is loose, and it's ready to go for the head work that we're gonna do on it. Got all the fenders and all that. Yeah, Bacon, I saw that. Yeah, thought that was funny. What are you doing?